my name's Arnar, and I'm just going to jump right into it, right? If you want to know anything, just Google it or whatever. Okay, Vigfússon in Crossides, so we'll be working with, I don't know what I named it, Crossides chokes of death. It's a combination of mainly two chokes, and we have to break it into segments, right? So briefly, I'll talk a little bit in the beginning, but then past that, I'll just throw the techniques at you, and then we'll do with progressive resistance, right? You accustomed to like the I method or whatever, it's just introduction, you do the technique back and forth without resistance, and then we do a lot of isolation, which means just with progressive resistance, aimed at one person. So like in this instance, it's me working top, so it's all me, only the top person. Make sense? And with progressive resistance, it gives me the resistance that I need. It's not just dead. It might be 100, it might be 10%, but progressive as much as I need. Sometimes I succeed, and sometimes I do fail. Make sense? Mm-hmm. And then within that framework, the second I, the isolation, there is a reset position. You have to reset. So let's say if I'm controlling Crossides, he gets guard, fucking reset. Okay? So you get to go over and over. So that would kind of be the framework. Okay? Sweet. So crossbody, I'll quickly go over the delivery system. There's 4 things which we base it upon. Like number 1, obviously you gotta block out the hip, otherwise, you're passing guard. And you can block out the hip with whatever, the fuck you want, knee, elbow, or whatnot. You just can't move one thing until you replace it with another, right? The second thing is keeping them flat. And you keep them flat with the crossface, right? Shoulder of justice or whatever, I can sit on his face, and also have a control the far shoulder. Third one would be killing the near side arm, but nobody cares about that. And the most important one, I think, especially if you can wrestle for shit, you gotta control the far elbow, so you don't turn them away, don't get pipes. Okay? So, quick overview of that, so now we'll jump straight into like the choke series, okay? And the first thing we have to start with is the feed, okay? How we feed the lapel, then I'll show you how to control it, and then eventually I'll show you the finishers. Make sense? Okay. So, I'll go from here, and I'm controlling crossbody, okay? I'm blocking out the hip with my knee, and I'm kind of loose with the crossface here, okay? I'm gonna pick up the tail end of this one, right? That's here, further away. And I'm gonna feed it over this way. So usually when I'll do this, I'll stay really nice and low, kind of like I'm bringing this hand to the hip, and then the tail of the gi will be right there. Then you can grab it without him seeing it. So over here, I might be controlling, move this one down here, and grab the tail end of it here. When you bring it up, obviously no big movements, right? You can't, open up, like this, and he'll come up on an underhook. I keep nice and low, and I'll just bring it up this way. If he starts fighting with that one, I always gotta fight the inside. So if he doesn't move with that one at all, I'm just controlling this, like nice and low. And then when I need, the ultimate goal is to get this one through here, okay? That'll be what we spend a large portion on. So I'll move from here to here, okay? And then I'll get this elbow on the ground. Because the main concern here is like, when you start doing the fucking choke and you come here and start feeding it, you open up like this, and don't get the under. You can absolutely not do that. So I'll come up this way, and I'll open up this way. This is just like pummeling for an under. So if he's gonna pummel with his hand, I have the inside position. So even if he keeps pummeling, I can even get my elbow to the mat, he's not gonna get the under, okay? Then I need to connect these two. And they can meet halfway. I don't have to shove this one, all the way here, or that one all the way there. They can meet halfway. And I'll kind of walk this hand up and underneath the abdullah, right? Like a Thai plum. Like your neck is strong, but your abdullah is kind of weak. So I'll feed it here, get the elbow down, okay? And the weight's going that way. Then I'll shove this one through and walk the abdullah up this way, okay? So even just for him to move from here, it kind of sucks. I'll stretch this one out, and again, because now my elbow leaves the floor, but I still have the inside control because of my forearm bone. I'll pick this up, get the slack out of it, grab it nice and deep, because you slide down the tail when you finish. And then I'll come down this way, and then I'm good to go. Okay? See it again? Give it a go. One more? Okay. So from here, I'm cross-facing, bringing the tail up, shoving it down to the mat, keeping that inside, shoving this one in, walking up the Abdullah, stretching this one out, connecting, and getting my grip. Okay? So introduction, just go through that, and then we'll drill just getting the feet, and progress from there. Do a few introduction, and then we'll drill it all together. Questions like on the feet? Obviously, we'll have more questions when we do it with resistance, but does it make sense? What we're trying to do? I put up on the, and if you can't read it, it's shitty handwriting, but now we're working on the feed, right? So we'll do the feed, and we'll do the control, and then we'll do the combos of the chokes. All the scribble up there in the right-hand corner, it says control the Abdullah. Basically, every single heat choke you'll do, like in the world, is just clearing this space, right? So it doesn't matter if you have a bow and arrow or whatever, like that. It's like if he unravels the choke, he'll always unravel it here. So if he opens up the choke, see the Abdullah gets free, right? So it doesn't matter, like in the choke that I'll show you guys, it's the same thing. If I'm losing the choke and going, he's gonna release the choke, it's always this. That's the whole fight. Just like if you were doing an arm bar or a knee bar. An arm bar, the whole fight is like, here you're fucked, here you're not, right? So knee bar the same, like here you'd be fucked, but here you're not. So same with heat chokes. If your Abdullah's stuck, you're fucked. If the Abdullah's free, you're free, right? So yeah, this said control the Abdullah, right? So now we'll do now we'll just drill the feet. So we'll have a reset position. So you guys will start from here and then with this. So this is the reset position. And then if I do fuck up, I just start again. Like you get 2 minutes each with progressive resistance with a reset position. So you just go from here. If I do get the feed and I feed it through and I get my nice and deep, I'll just control for 3 seconds. Like he'll move, I'll go 1, 2, 3, and I'll go again because I'm only drilling the feet. Does it make sense? So this is your reset position. So get in the reset position, 2 minutes each with progressive resistance, and I'll tell you when to switch. Make sense? Sweet? Okay. Questions on the feet?
Yeah, that was sort of, your balls came out and you sort of wrestled in the side foot or whatever, and it's just some weird positioning. Or something.
Yeah.
It's just not taking the weight like, to get it out or find it or just grab it here.
Oh, yeah. If you're not already like open like this. Yeah, it's just a little bit of like, let's say it's all tucked in and stuff. And over here, I'll just kind of cancel to this, but yeah, you're reaching you're reaching here, and then you can start pulling like this one up a little bit, and that'll pull it up out of the belt, and then and so forth. Like, and you can do it in like small like movements. Versus if you're just like there, and then you go, and then the dude's just gonna be, it's gonna know what's happening. Also, there are ways to open up the elbow, etc. I use the same no-gi for half Nelsons. So you can frame out this way, bring your head in or whatever. You can also sit reverse scarf sometimes, and I'll bring it just from my mouth this way. And when I turn back in or whatever, he moves or whatnot, and move, and then I'll come in and bring it with me. So you can get creative with it, but just make sure they don't pull it when you have it in your Okay, now we're at number 2, the control, right? So bear in mind the delivery system in the beginning. You've got to block out the hips, you've got to keep them flat. Nobody cares about the near side arm. But you have to control the far side arm so they don't turn away. The benefit with this one is it's kind of like a double crossface because you have the collar that way. So it's not that pleasant to turn away. So once I do have this one, I take all the slack out of it. I'll go here and I'll place, if we turn a little bit, like my elbow on my quad, right? There can't be any space. And also, what was the most important thing? Do what? No. Yes, exactly, control the abdomen. So if I'm here and this is kind of open, see now I can start to peekaboo out. But if I have this one up on this one, it starts peekabooing out. And also use head position, just basic wrestling head position. I'll pull this one in, and I'll even pull my chin down here. So it's moving out. And it's really hard, you know? So it's also just a good position kind of to rest, and you don't get called for stalling because it kind of looks like you're trying to do a choke. So, yeah, so that would be the control. Let's move into the chokes just straight away. So I already have the feet this way and this way. I'll bring this hand to, remember number one, cross-sides delivery system, block out the hip. So this hand is gonna replace the knee. So I'll bring this one here. And I'll slide out this way. And notice when I'm moving, I'm never opening up that abdullah, okay? So maybe move this way. Here. You see when I'm moving, I never open this up. And I'm grabbing high on the tail, and then I'll walk out this way. Then I'll bring the elbow up, and then I'll slide down the tail. I don't go kind of, what do you call it, perpendicular or whatever. Like it's like a high elbow guillotine, right? Like a Marcelo guillotine. So you walk around, and then you slide down the tail. Once you throw the elbow, because they'll be trying to walk away, it kind of stops them in their track. So we'll be here. Control the abdullah, I'll move out. If the abdullah is still stuck, I'll slide, and you go. High elbow. Give it a go. Sweet. Okay, so introduction again, switch back and forth on your own. The abdullah always has to be in check, otherwise you'll lose the choke, so don't get greedy. Yes.
So I'm having some times where it's feeling more like, right?
Yeah, did he tap?
Yeah, that was like,
Yeah, I don't care about any of that shit. I think your jiu-jitsu should work full spectrum.
Yeah.
Gi, no gi, with strikes, without strikes, and should not be a black belt without purple belt takedowns.
Perfect.
Yeah. I don't even know the IBJJF rules, even though I'm a registered black belt or whatever. I don't give a shit. If you apply it progressively, you're not a dick.
Yeah.
I mean, you're fucking heel-hooking the shit out of each other. So, you know, like
Yeah.
yeah.
And it showed that my head was in control. Right? It's dying, everything was under there.
Yeah.
Stuff.
It's not a pleasant position to be in.
No.
Other questions? No. Okay. Then we'll do isolation again. We'll have a reset position, but now from the control, not the feet. So you'll have it already set in place here, and then just go. Like if they get out, just grab again. If you choke them, just go again. You get about 2 minutes each. I'll tell you when to switch, and then we'll take a look again. Okay? Questions on that, like the control?
Yes, when you're trying to walk around and get your elbow out, down bottom, really hanging on the elbow tight, preventing it from.
Okay, can you show me? Just without resistance, just like scenario-wise.
So if I'm starting to walk around, he's really hanging on to this elbow and sort of.
Yeah. That's what they'll do. They'll attack that arm. Yeah. So just do the same. So you start walking around, and then he'll start controlling that elbow. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's good because that sets up because essentially there are two things we'll look at now. It's like some people are super strong. They're like fraying this way, like you have to get this hand out of the way so you can walk around. Or they might do that. They'll clamp this one in. Or they might, like if he just hugs me, right? Like it's just sport jiu-jitsu. Like it's I can't walk around, right? It completely kills the choke. So the same applies there. But I'll show you two things. Like the second one you did, like I don't feel like I could collapse that. I can try to walk around it, but otherwise I'll shove the hand through. So He's doing the same, like he's collecting the elbow that way. Yeah, so I can't walk around. I'll sprawl out on it, because I have range on him. And then I'll collect the wrist like this way, okay? Because I can always, like I can extend further than he can. So, I'll be here, he grabs it, so put a little weight, and then I'll grab that elbow, and I'll just get it out. I can shin pin it here or whatever, and then I'm all ready. Good to go. So hopefully that answers that. Yeah, you just have to, whichever way he frames with, if we move, yeah. With this hand, you just have to move all around it. So this one's one was in like grabbing the elbow, or like we're framing this one, see? So it's framing with this one, like here, whatever. So you can't let that move around. You just have to get the arm. It's just basic wrestling, it's hand fight. You grab the gear one now, but if you frames with it, I'm just moving around it, you go contra from the frame and then
I get back into the choke. Make sense?
okay. Second one, I apologize in advance. You can circle this way. I figured this one out when the fuckers would grab. And this one's, it's not structurally as strong, but it hurts your soul more. Yeah, I like this one. So he might grab me, so I can't do anything. So if you let go, I'm gonna make a fist and I'm gonna slide it like underneath my knee. Apologize for smiling. So I'll go here and here, so he'll grab. So I'll make a fist this way, and I'll just fist him in the solar plexus this way. And then I'll shove this one through, nice and tight, and then I'll sit out, and then I'll put my elbow in the solar plexus, like that way. I'm pretty sure you can, like I've heard like a little bit. It's not like it's more of a, the other one's way more mechanically better, but it completely works when they grab you or whatever, or if you just want to do that instead.
It feels like open heart surgery.
Yeah, it's yeah, that one sucks. I think I called it, my friend, he called it the sternum fucker or something. But yeah. So it's from the, and I close Texas. I'll make a fist, and I'll just kind of like punch him here in the solar plexus, and then I'll just slide it through this one. Slide this one through. I'll start yanking it through, see out, and then that one. Like eventually he'll, if he can't hang on, it's just not sustainable. Like unless he's on PEDs and EP or whatever. I don't know, but he should let go. Like I'm structurally better. You don't want to see it again, right? Just try it. Yeah, just try it. So now we'll go again from introduction to isolation. We'll start again. No, we'll do two. Do you want to start with the feet, or do you want to start with the control? The feet?
Process,
The feet? Good. Good, good, good. Good answer. Switch your feet. Because there is no control without the feet. So, yeah. Okay, so we'll have the reset position from, just whatever kind of, cross body control you want. So just, you know the objective. You want this around the neck. Nobody asked, but like if you can't get it in there, if it goes over, it's fine. You'll do the same thing. You'll just tap before because your shoulder gets jacked up. It's actually worse, and you kind of can't tap because you get stuck in there. So you start from here, and then if you get a sub, reset. If they get guard or roll you over, reset. The same as before. Okay. But now we have a combo, right? So you'll get 2 minutes each. How you want to switch? You know the drill. You just start right away. We'll wrap it up real quick. We got about 15 minutes. I'll show you one more. Just, I don't know, I use this obviously myself, so like if they turn away. I put on the table there like the delivery system. Like for me when I coach, like every position has a delivery system, okay? So that's what you, like it doesn't matter if I'm teaching a white belt or if I'm teaching an Olympic silver medalist in wrestling and an undefeated UFC fighter. It doesn't matter. It's exactly the same. Structure is everything. It's just, that also makes you timeless. You should know why the fuck you're doing what you're doing, not just regurgitating because somebody does A, then you do B and you don't understand shit. So I put the delivery system there. So number 1, block out the hips. 2, keep them flat, cross face. Yeah, you can read through it. And then choke-wise, feet, control, and then the choke. And then the combos, like people ask me, like, oh, you should know the names. Like, I mean, I kind of came up with it myself, so I don't give a shit. Like, you can call it whatever. I just wrote horrible choke 1 and horrible choke 2. And then you just, you can name it. Or sternum funder, I like that one. But one thing that can happen if they're like here and over here, let's say just I'm losing it, he like, and I can't control the far elbow, he's just really going to turn away, right? Like he's really, really going away. I'll just kind of let him go, because I still got this shoulder, so he won't go. So I keep going, so I'll just grab this one here, and then I'll go horrible choke, and then drop. Okay? And they will do that, like, just due to the rule set also, like people will always turn away. They will turn away just to not get scored on, and that's how people stand up, and like they will do that. So that one again, so let's say just, I don't know, I'm losing everything, it's turning away, so I still keep that shoulder. I'll get it up this way. Get that one in. See, Abdullah, and then I'll just, and that's also probably for sure cramp. That's just fine. You want to try that one? Okay, try that one, and then we'll do the last isolation rounds, okay? And then a Q&A. I get asked why I use this grip. So after I started using this grip, I don't use another one. Like it's like clap with death. You can. Do you know Jake Matthews in the UFC? His jiu-jitsu coach, Carlos Portuguese. Anyway, you can Google him. He has that grip. It's insane. Let's say if I take his back, and you go like 4 in like this, like and he starts pulling down on my hand. It'll slide because it's all on the outside, and then weak here. So there's nothing clamping up, right? The clamp is only on the outside. So pull it down, he's gonna slide. You can try this yourself. If I do this and pull it down, I can be there for a fucking week because it's reinforced on the backside and there's no physical fatigue at all. So I modified this to my clock to every single choke I do. If I get this grip, I'll only use this one. I'll never use this one. I think this is a piece of shit grip to structure. And also, as soon as I'm clamping here, I'm activating my forearm. So my forearm will burn out. Here, it's just a clamp. So you can play with that if you want to. Any questions? No? Okay, let's do 2 quick isolation rounds. So now let's start not with the feet, but with the control for the last 2. So you'll start here and then just see what you get. 2 minutes each, tell you when to switch, and then we'll wrap it up. Okay, so start right away. Okay, kind of wraps it up. Question is a lot to go through in like one class, because you need to know the delivery system before you add to it. Like the subs or whatever, that's just a style or whatever, that's, everything's based on the same delivery system, I think. So, did it make sense? Did you make it work, or?
Just strong shit. You absolutely. The good thing.
You kept pulling up though.
I
using
know.
anti-gravity. If you smash your weight down, it's going to suck way more.
Yeah. But I found that control the crossways from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. And it has to be deep, because if you grab it shallow, there's going to be so much wiggle room. As soon as you grab it here, that's why when you start moving, sometimes you don't have to like finish the choke the whole way. It'll just come off.
So get it really deep.
Yeah, it gets really it's, like you really gotta exaggerate the movement, right? So like if it's loose here, like and then I start moving around, like see, it's yeah. But if I grab it there and then he moves, see, it's not the same thing. And then when I start moving around, so you can't grab it shallow because you kind of fuck yourself. Because you can always slide down the tail, but you can't walk back up. Like it's, maybe not if you notice anything, like you're letting go, like it's a structural flaw, right? Yeah.
set up the grip here.
Yeah.
And then he traps your arm and prevents you from coming to the position where you want to hit.
Can you show me? Like, just a scenario one?
Like here. But before I can bring my arm back, he just traps his arm. So now I can't block his hit. Like he just keeps this.
Can I try? That one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's mean. I can't really. I try to pummel for it. Can you really hold on to it? Like, if you hold on to it? Yeah, I can't really. I guess I'd move up a little bit and just try to, like, yeah, just hand fight a little bit. Yeah. But if it is like, you know, like sometimes you just feel like that groundskeeper's really strength and you go like, yeah, I'm doing everything right, but I'm still getting more tired than him. Especially if he's explosive as well and recovers. So it's always touch and feel within the delivery system, right? So that might work, but then again, you know, then you might, you know, it might be the Hulk or whatever. So. Other questions? Okay, sweet. So thank you guys for coming and have a nice day.